Why witnesses remember events differently. The psychology behind wildly different witness stories. Human beings do not remember events the way a camera records video. Memory is biological, emotional, and highly reconstructive, which is why 10 people can watch the same event and report 10 completely different stories. Here are the core psychological reasons this happens. Number 1. Memory reconstruction. The brain does not store a perfect copy of what happened. It stores fragments, shapes, colors, impressions, emotions, and later rebuilds the memory like a puzzle with missing pieces. When witnesses retell an event, their brains fill in the gaps with assumptions, imagination, personal beliefs, cultural expectations, emotional reactions. This is why one person says they saw a man in a gray shirt, while another insists it was a woman in a purple shirt. Every witness is telling the truth as their brain reconstructed it, not as it actually occurred. Number 2. Stress distortion. Unexpected events. Barking dogs, nighttime, fast movement, intoxication, fear, trigger adrenaline. Adrenaline affects vision, hearing, judgment, time perception, detail accuracy. Under stress, people misjudge height, race, gender, clothing, distance, sequence of events. This is why police often receive wildly conflicting descriptions of the same suspect. Number 3. Social contagion. Memory conformity. When one witness says, "I think he stole the dog," another witness's brain automatically adjusts. Stole? Maybe I saw stealing too. People unintentionally borrow details from each other. This is one of the strongest forces in witness distortion. The more dramatic the first story is, the more dramatic the next stories become. Number 4. Narrative inflation. Humans are natural storytellers. When a reporter sticks a microphone in someone's face, witnesses often want to be helpful, be memorable, be dramatic, be interesting, be the star of the moment. So instead of, "I saw a man walking with a dog," you get, "He dragged the dog, he kicked it, it was a dog napping ring, aliens took the dog." People exaggerate without meaning to, because storytelling is instinctive. Number 5. Misidentification. Humans are notoriously bad at identifying strangers, especially under stress. They misremember clothing colors, hair length, race, gender, height, vehicles, direction of movement. This is why one witness says, "Tall black man with dreadlocks." Another says, "Short red-haired Asian woman." Another says, "Old bald man with gray hair in an orange shirt," even though the real person was tall, Caucasian, long hair, gray shirt, blue jeans, name tag, slightly intoxicated, gentle, confused, trying to get home. Misidentification is not stupidity, it is biology. Number 6. Imagination filling gaps. If someone sees a bright light, a man running, a dog barking, then the man disappears behind a house, the brain hates unknowns. It fills in the blank with the most dramatic possibility available. Some brains fill in aliens, abduction, teleportation, portals. Others fill in he hid, he fell, he ran behind a tree. Different brains equals different stories. Number 7. People believe their version is the truth. Even when their memory is distorted, witnesses are not lying. They are reporting what their brain believes it saw. This is why witness testimony is sincere, confident, contradictory, chaotic, unreliable, all at the same time. The real story. Roy Thomas had just gone through a breakup. That night he had a few too many drinks at the bar while trying to sort through the pain. He's a tall Caucasian man with long hair, an animal lover, and generally a decent guy. On the walk home he passed a house and saw a little Jack Russell Terrier in the yard. Because he was intoxicated, he genuinely thought it was his own dog. He put a rope on the collar, and the happy little dog bounced along beside him. He was wearing blue jeans, a gray shirt, and a name tag that said, Roy. He took the dog home, placed it in his fenced-in backyard, gave it water and food, laid out a mat on his covered back porch, and went inside to sleep. The next morning he came outside, scratched his head, and realized what had happened. He felt terrible. He did not want to be seen as a thief. So he put the Jack Russell in his truck and drove straight to the Humane Society. At the counter he said, "My name is Roy Thomas. I apologize sincerely. Last night I had a little too much to drink. I walked by a house, saw this little dog, and in my state of mind I thought it was mine. I took him home and took good care of him. You can see his tail is still wagging. This morning I realized what I did. I want to make sure this precious dog gets back to his rightful owners. Please give them my phone number and email. Tell them what he ate and that I'm truly sorry." The woman at the counter smiled and thanked him. She scanned the dog, looking for a chip, confirmed the owner's information, and promised the dog would be returned safely. The little Jack Russell licked Roy on the cheek. Roy smiled, gave a small wave, and said that after work, he might come back to look at the new puppies. Then he left for work. That is what actually happened. Unfortunately, this is what the news received.
Mock. Local news segment. I saw the whole thing. This man was dragging the poor dog down the street by a rope. The dog was crying. I think he kicked it once. He looked mean, long hair, dark clothes. Maybe a black jacket, I yelled, but he just kept going.
It wasn't a man. It was a short Asian lady with bright red hair. She scooped the dog up real fast and ran to a van. I think the van had out-of-state plates. Looked organized, like a dog napping ring.
Y'all got it all wrong. There was this bright light over the field. A chubby old man with gray hair, bald on top, and an orange shirt ran toward it. And then, boom, both of them were gone. Dog and everything. I think it was a spaceship. It tried to get me too, but I ducked behind a tree.
I was right there. A huge black man with long dreadlocks just snatched the dog and threw it in a truck. The dog was fighting him. I got a good look. No question.
The craft landed right over me. They took me up too for a few minutes, scanned me, then brought me back. The dog was already inside. They said something in a language I didn't understand. Then the light shut off and it was gone.
Oh yeah, I saw Roy. He was a little intoxicated. But he's a good guy. I watched him take the dog down the street. At first I thought it was his dog. Roy loves animals. So I just assumed he got a new puppy. I saw him give the little dog some water and lay out a sleeping mat on the porch. Then he went inside. I was outside smoking. I don't live too far, so I could see the whole thing. The next morning I was watering my flowers when I saw him put that same little dog into his truck and drive off again. I thought it was his. It wasn't until the news broke and they showed a picture of the dog that I realized what had happened.
And back to the studio. After sorting through a range of witness stories, some dramatic, some imaginative, and some outright otherworldly, one neighbor offers a much simpler explanation. Authorities say they are still sorting through the conflicting reports. The dog, we can confirm, has since been safely returned. The dog was home before the evening broadcast finished. Thank you for joining us on Eyewitness News.